Okay, let's go here first. Okay. All right. Good afternoon. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. As always, we thank you all for tuning in to our live broadcast. Uh, I hope you guys can hear me okay. Not feeling 100 today, but hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm not going to be long today, but I'm going to be long enough. As you know, we sent the post out last night. I'm going to speak on uh, some apartments in Shreveport, Louisiana. Um, and as I said the other day, even if I use the word deplorable, that too would be an understatement. Across the United States, landlords after landlords after landlords have been fired, disbarred from doing business with the federal government. Some have went to prison. There are a lot of wonderful landlords, but we have to be real and tell the truth. There are some landlords that people refer to them as slum lords. Well, I can think of another word to call them rather than slum lords. The law states that we must provide decent housing and we must provide a safe environment for the poor. Nothing less. In other words, the same respect and attention that is given to the upper class of the rich must be given to the poor. Doesn't matter if they're paying $1 a month rent or $1,000 a month. I'm a firm believer that wherever my head meets pillow, I should be able to find rest. But that is extremely difficult if you are a tenant in Woodlawn Terrace Apartments. Woodlawn Terrace Apartments should be, must be, today would be a great day to do it, must be condemned, must be shut down. There's no other way around it. I said the same thing a few nights ago after I left Woodlawn Terrace Apartments. After I went live, a gentleman from those apartments inboxed me and said, "No, no, 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 Mr. Scott, we can't shut them down because we have nowhere to go." I told him, I said, "Listen, I've been doing this for years. Do you think I'm going to be instrumental in shutting these apartments down and you all not having a place to go? I'm not going to do that." It's simple. Whenever there is a hurricane in the city, we provide shelter for people. Some go to shelters, some go to hotels. When we are condemning apartments and it must be shut down, that's what we do. Woodlawn Terrace will be done the same way. When I have people extremely nervous about coming forward to the cameras or speaking with me or anyone else for media, for the simple fact that they are afraid that they will be evicted. But they are afraid of being evicted from nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Homeless people live better on the street than some of the tenants at Woodlawn Terrace. They do. They do. Woodlawn Terrace is a disaster, a tsunami waiting to explode. I'm going to play you a video here shortly. The video is about 10 minutes, 11 seconds. We're not going to play the entire video. When we were at Woodlawn Terrace Apartments, I'll go ahead and say it because I get them mixed up. When we were at Woodlawn Terrace Apartments, we got the camera ready to start recording. One thing I told the people that I was interviewing is that I'm not going to give your name, and I dare not show your face, because I know the repercussions that will come sometime for speaking out against wrong. But management needs to know that retaliation is illegal. Yet some are still scared to publicly complain because they don't want to get put out. Right after this live ends, I'm going to upload some pictures that we took from Woodlawn Terrace Apartments. I'm not going to upload all of them because it's a lot. And I didn't take a whole lot when I was there. But if you remember, we sent somebody there last week and nobody knew about it. And they still don't know about it. They have tons of pictures. Tons of pictures. I heard a gentleman say, when speaking with the media, talking about issues with the tenants and management at Woodlawn Terrace Apartments. What the young man said was just ridiculous as that suit that he had on. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, the tenants and management must come together, a meeting of the minds. Did you really say that? Really? You do know management is the problem, right? But you said that. Okay. Let me know how that turns out. Speaking of management in those partners, we asked about the manager. We didn't see the manager when we arrived. They looked at me as if I was crazy. I should have known this. She come in whenever she get ready. Leave whenever she gets ready. That's poor management. There were broken glass from a top apartment and a downstairs apartment. And a lot of the glass is in big chunks like this, it's going to have sharp edges on it, right? And if you pass by it, some of it's going to fall out. If it rains, it's going to fall out. A light breeze is going to fall out. Look down on the grass, she said. Kids were right there in that area playing when I arrived. Any excuse that we're given on that would be an inexcusable excuse. I don't care if it happens at 2 a.m. in the morning. Someone must get up at 2 a.m. in the morning and go fix that. That's danger. That's danger. We saw heating in our units, wires all laying out. We saw basketball goals just laying down, cement on them. I admit, maybe the tenant's fault. Let's look at when I looked at trash in front of people's apartment. Mattresses thrown out any kind of way. Yes, they have maintenance. Maintenance, it's their job to clean it up. But before we get off into the responsibilities of management and maintenance and the owners, we never want to do a one-sided story. So if you live in Woodlawn Terrace and you're throwing mattresses out like that, that's your problem. You're making it bad as far as presentation is concerned where you live. It's so easy to open that trash can and throw the mattresses in there. If there's nobody to help you throw them in there, wait until you find somebody, leave them in your apartment, then come out. Remember, that's where you live now. That's where you live. And I'm from the old school. We clean up where we live. I don't want to invite people to my home and there's tons and tons of trash. I want it to be presentable. So if things are fixed, if things get better, the appearance is wonderful. Tenants have a job to follow along. To follow along. That's where you live at. Dirt, filth, garbage, standing water brings all kind of animals, mice, rats, you name it. Snakes, all that. Roaches. So you want to keep up where you live because that's home. That's home. You have a job to do also. There was an apartment that was empty and the window was up. A gentleman stopped me when I was interviewing someone and said, I want to show you something, Mr. Scott, around here. And we went around there. So I want to show you the snakes that's in the standing water. I want to show you the mice. They're there. So when you said mice and rats, I'm like, okay, there's still a problem if you're like that. No, Mr. Scott, no. Big rats. And almost in unison, they all said it at the same time and pointed at the same time. Rats be all up on top of the roof. One lady said, they be on my baby, in my baby's bed. Sometimes he's in their sleep and they own him. So what did they do about the rodents? They go buy a little sticky pad and give it to the tenants. I can pick up that my damn self and take it to them. How about calling out pest control? One unit they pointed my attention to says that unit is saturated with rats. Saturated. If you speak out, you could be evicted or they will make their stay. If you think it's hard staying there now, they will make it even worse, as if it can get any worse. I spoke with Barbara Iverson on yesterday because I never want to take credit for anything that I didn't do. I never want to take credit for going somewhere first, and I know I didn't. As far as I'm concerned, this is Miss Iverson's baby. Some may went before her, but I remember when she brought it to the front so we could all see. So when I spoke with her about the living conditions over there, and so we're going to meet We're going to meet next week and discuss some things and stuff. But I have to applaud Barbara Iverson for what she does in this community. She's always thanking me for what I'm doing, but I think she do more than me. I think she has her own TV show now, and so if she hadn't put that information out, I'm sure she will. I hope I hadn't said something I shouldn't have said. So, Barbara Harrison, I love what you're doing, and you are respected to the fullest. Respect is never given. Respect is always earned. When we go out and we voice our concern for the voiceless, the helpless, and you're genuine with it, that comes with respect. When we say, well, the apartment complex, well, that's not the city's problem. That's not Shreveport's problem. Or either we say, well, that's not in my district. That's not my problem. Call this person, call that person. They're lying. It's their problem. It's their problem. It's your problem. It's my problem. Whenever there's a hurricane, the FBI don't say to the police, that's in y'all city, y'all deal with it. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. If you live in the city, especially with you being a public figure, you should never fix your lips and say, that's not my problem. That's not the city. Okay, well, look at it from another point of view. Get involved because it's the right thing to do. Now, if this was close to election time, Woodlawn Terrace might be somewhat up to par by now. But here's what we're going to do during the next election. Heaven back me up if I don't die first. I'm going to make sure, little old me, that everyone in Shreveport, Louisiana, don't forget our elected officials that's going to run again. I don't want you to forget what they did. I don't want you to forget what they didn't do. Whenever we make a call, it's always recorded and we log it in. Whenever we send out an email, we log that in. If we get a response, we do. If not, then we always leave that trail so you'll know we tried. They didn't give a comment. They didn't. I reached out to Yvette Fuller, Councilwoman Yvette Fuller, to get a comment from her. Her mailbox was full, so I sent her a text message, and I hope she's received it. And with her mailbox being full, that's not really surprising with who she is. My mailbox stays full. I don't check them, but maybe once or twice a month. I just don't. But I did reach out to her, so hopefully she will respond soon when time allows her to respond. Now, I watched a man just sit there and cry in front of me about what was going on. We don't have any mail, Mr. Scott. We have to go to the post office to pick up the mail. I didn't know that. That's an issue. That's an issue. You cannot be for the people when you disrespect the people. You can't be. And you heard me say the other day, it's not as easy as some people think for them to pack up and go somewhere else if they don't like it. So what happens if they're able to do that, then somebody else comes, we still have the same problem. I went there because I wanted to see for myself what was going on. About maybe 2 months ago, I was invited by Barbara Iverson to come to those apartments, and I promised her I would have to go to the dentist that morning, which was a scheduled visit for x-rays only, but they wound up pulling 3 teeth, and so I couldn't go. So we have voicemails, phone calls, emails about Woodlawn Terrace Apartments. Yesterday morning, from about 7:30 to maybe 11:30. I called everybody I could call to get some much needed act right for those apartments. What happens if a child falls on that glass? What happens if a child plays with that glass? What happens if there are some units out there that has electricity running through them and someone, what happens? We passed the buck again. It ain't on me. You kicked the can, she kicked the can, he kicked the can, they kicked the can. But now when the media shows up with the big, pretty cameras, some of your officials will show up and they will stand up tall and straight, looking at camera, and promise you a lie. It's a lie because it's something that they probably can't do. But even if they could do it, they have no intentions on doing it. I keep telling you, it's a clique in Shreveport that needs to be broken up. We have too many house niggas and we have too many field niggas in power in the city of Shreveport. They live a wonderful life. Some of them may not be rich, but they live a wonderful life while others suffer. And I get upset when people tell me, well, they can go somewhere else. That's your answer to this? The living conditions in Woodlawn Terrace Apartments are deplorable. When I stuck my camera close to the open window, when the gentleman was showing me where the snakes and rats at and all the wires hanging out, the window was up of a vacancy apartment. It's full of mold and mildew. We can't paint over mold and mildew. That whole apartment, the sheetrock in there, it has to come down. But they won't do that. They're going to just spray it and paint over it. But you can inhale that, and later on you have health issues from that. So I looked at the floor, and oh my God, I wouldn't even want to step in there. But it's empty, right? But here's the thing. Some of the apartments with tenants in them look just like the empty one, if not worse. And nobody wants you to say anything about this. You become the evil one. You become the bad guy. But if I agree with business as usual and lie to the people and go on, oh, Mr. Scott's wonderful. That's not me. I'm Eddie Mae's boy. And I always say that with great, great pleasure. Because just like the other siblings, we loved our mother. And she raised us up right. I haven't always done right, but I haven't always done wrong either. I don't want nobody to go through something that I don't want to go through. And we all should feel that way. If you don't want to live like that, why are you okay with that? The apartments have changed their names over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's a major red flag. When I can't reach no one on the phone, that's a major red flag. When we have to get our city leaders to go out there, that's a major red flag. You should beat the cameras there. I don't want to hear about this ain't my district. This ain't my district. One thing you have to realize, it may not be your district, but this is your city. This is your city. And I don't care if the guy's pants are sagging. I don't care if the girl's skirts are way up her butt. They're people. They're human. And we treat them as such. We don't bestow one person over another. Whenever there is a hurricane in your city, all hands on deck. there is a hurricane in the city of Shreveport. And its name, Hurricane Woodlawn Terrace. I'm going to let you listen to a recording from the other day. Again, it's about 10 minutes long. Naturally, I'm not going to play the whole tape. I just want you to hear part of what was being said. Mind you, now at the beginning, they didn't know I had the recorder on. I was getting ready to interview this one lady, and so we cut it on, and it was about her and another guy there at that time, and then some other tenants. Okay, and I'm waiting on some pictures from one of the ladies that we spoke with. And I'm gonna let you all see them about the rats and stuff. So hopefully this is pretty clear. I want you all to listen to what they're being said. Again, we will not give out a name, and we will never ever show their faces.
So I got to say maintenance. We got a rat. I'm in the office a lot. So I don't even put out the clean. She only got a table, a bed, and a TV. It don't make no sense.
Okay, again, we're outside Woodlawn Terrace Apartments on Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm sure you heard some tenants complaining about what's going on over here and what's being done, which is probably something close to nothing. We know the media has been out here at least 2 or 3 times. We know Representative Commissioner Cawthorn has been out here, but the tenants that I'm speaking with, they're not only telling me that nothing has changed, I can see it with my eyes, that nothing has changed. So right now I'm gonna speak with a tenant, and we're not gonna give her name. Okay, how long you been over here?
Right now I say about, I want to say almost 5 months, maybe 6.
Okay. Have you complained about anything over here?
I complain about everything: the mice, the roaches, the water, the sewer, the smell, everything there. I complained about everything. The first month I was here, I complained about the mice and all this stuff there. And I done killed over, I say, 40 mice probably.
Where, in your apartment?
In my apartment, in my one apartment.
What the hell?
40 mice, I promise you. I got pictures and everything.
Okay, so when you tell them about mice, what do?
They put the little glue traps down.
And those don't
And
work.
and
Those traps don't even work.
Well, those yourself, right?
Right.
They don't. Okay. So, do you have mice in your apartment as well?
I've seen it.
Ever seen it? Okay.
But it's been, especially that building there. That's building right there.
Okay. So when the last time you saw one in your apartment? Today?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you have one too?
Everybody has.
Yeah, and then that building. See that building right there?
Trash this morning, me and the guy in that blue truck, he had caught some in the trash can.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, he put water in it because it was put in the dump. I said, put water on it and kill it. My mom said, no, she'll tell you, they got this big.
Yeah, oh my God.
I got this big.
And take you should took pictures. In your building too?
And they be all on the roof. Look, they be all up there, climbing up the roof.
Off the rooftop.
No, we're not lying.
I believe.
Take something to eat.
Yes, ma'am.
They don't pick up trash. If y'all see trash in the house this morning,
Oh, it was awful.
I got to break. When I said, this is a shame. I threw all the trash in the dump.
Yeah.
And raked it up in piles. I said, I'm not going to pick up this.
And look at all that furniture right there. They don't have nobody to come pick it. They don't have to pay nobody.
Because my daughter was living here. I was military. And my real by every month my house. I got to January. I'm gone.
You can't wait to leave.
I can't wait. My daughter.
Man,
I've been trying to break our lease for a long time. They won't let me break my lease.
Yeah, they said we got to pay this.
We got to pay our full rent before we even move. I was like, really? It's crazy.
I've never heard of that.
There's no office in no. Right? Yeah. Well, yeah. When what's up in no office?
There's no office? What do you mean?
We have no managers.
The people, she's only up there like every so often. You know what I'm saying?
She's not up there like Monday through Friday?
No.
And she barely there. It's called Wood Real Estate.
It's not even searchable.
I call Better Business Bureau. I didn't call. I'm going to court behind this on Monday.
Well, what's the name that we have now? We looked and we couldn't find that.
That's the red flag right there. It's not legit.
And when you call the phones,
it's not legit.
They're not in order.
Yeah,
the phones don't work.
And there's no such thing as no Wood Real Estate.
And for Wood Real
Yeah, it's not legit. It's fake. It's a fake.
In Brooklyn, New York.
It's a fake.
4502 13th Street. I'm gonna tell you, because I do my research, because I'm retired military.
Right.
Okay.
It say that suite 310 or 210
It was all.
is for lease. You can't tell me you're moving. You got 318 area code.
Right.
Exactly.
The owners.
Exactly. The owners.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's fraud.
It's crazy.
And the business never even heard of them. They never heard of these companies.
Well, we talked to them and
He
they
told me that it's still Woodlawn Terrace.
So we're just changing the name to make you think it's under new management, but it's obvious you're going to find out that it's not because nothing changed.
Because Michael, whatever you want to
Michael
call him,
Lafitte.
I've been knowing him since he was a little boy on crutches walking. I went to he grew up. He over there talking. And so I asked him, I said, can I ask you a question? He said, what can you say? I said, what's the problem? I said, well, why am I going to waste my breath talking to you about the problem if you don't want to? And I walked out. He's like, you discussed with me now, but this is wasting my breath talking to you. They owe me money. Because they had been one apartment over here at the end. I never moved in because the roof and the upstairs had collapsed. They told me, oh, we'll take away from the rent. They're going to take away from me when the military pay my rent.
That's right.
Exactly. So if you're late for your rent, I mean, what happens then?
They try to like late fees or some crap. I don't know what they do. I don't know.
But why should we pay them our rent money if they can't come and fix the problem? Oh, I got my living room light don't even work. I got to use some of my money to buy rat traps, buy spray the roaches.
But they want rent money.
But they want their rent money on time. But when we call them, it take them months and stuff to come and try to fix something.
When we came in, we saw windows that was
Busted.
yeah, and what was real bad about it is that some was up and some was down, but they were like pieces hanging out, and kids were right there playing.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
I mean that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's
Yes, sir.
That's everything.
Yes, sir.
Too,
Okay.
right? My daughter's apartment got broken in. Property standards that came out here, they had got fined for cleaning up. When it's still open. That's the only reason why I'm going to come there right now, and I'm gonna turn in the keys. Tell you about the kitchen and all that, and her stuff ended up until she told me December, January, but she left. She said the rats and the roaches.
Oh yes, I can understand.
And then we started.
Okay. Okay, a gentleman is taking me around to another building. I'm going to show me something. Okay.
And then turn around and window, it's open. Open or something. Beautiful.
Yeah, will you do me a favor? Will you hold it like that for me, please?
Yes, sir.
Let me get a picture of this.
Cause our air conditioner head went out at one time, and we kept it out for a couple of days.
Okay, so
Then it started back working.
right. So the unit I'm about to take a picture of is working out here, right?
Uh-huh.
It's out like this.
Yeah. And then you turn around. Look at this. Anybody can come through here and do something in here.
This is empty.
Uh-huh. That's where them rats be getting in there too.
At this time, I'm taking more pictures.
I'm gonna get rid of that. You see how some people water and stuff coming right here? All it.
Oh, that's water.
Uh-huh. That's water that they had comes from somebody's apartment.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna come back out here tomorrow, earlier in the day. We'll be here longer tomorrow and look at some things and stuff. I gratefully appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. When the tenants talk about standing water, if you go there, I promise you, you would not have a problem finding standing water. You will see the water running. Let's just do this here. Tenants began to complain about Woodlawn Terrace at the beginning of the year. The tenants raised concerns about rats, standing water. high grass, water, sewage, broken windows, trash laying out, crime. Heaven bagging me up, having a damn thing change. Nothing. Nothing. So if you think I'm wrong for putting them on blast, if you think I'm wrong for wanting to help my people, if you think I'm wrong, then I never want to be right. It's just as simple as that. All hands on deck. Wherever a person head meets pillow, they should also be able to find rest. If you live in Woodlawn Terrace, there is no rest. There is no rest. I'm going all the way with this. Next week, I'll be making phone calls after phone calls. They don't want to help, it's no big deal. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. But I want you to remember, when it's time for election, the people we called on didn't come. Or the people we called on showed up only to give us a lie. Something to satisfy us and pacify us until they think of the next lie to tell as to why this has not been addressed yet. There is a crisis at Woodlawn Terrace Apartments in Shreveport, Louisiana. When there's your manager is always your point person, but there is no point person if management is not showing up. If management will show up whenever he or she feels, well, then just let the people that own it, let them do the rest. You're just in the way. We cannot insist people pay rent to live outside. We cannot insist people pay rent to live with rodents. We cannot insist people pay rent to be surrounded by snakes. We cannot insist people pay rent and there's all kinds of wires hanging out, trash everywhere. Empty apartments, windows are up. That is a recipe for criminal activity. The reason why violent crime is down in a lot of the apartment complexes in Shreveport, that has a lot to do with good management. Poor management will bring problem after problem after problem. And I promise you, criminal activity will be at the top of that list. Everybody deserves to live comfortable, regardless of how much they have or how little they have. Again, I did send a message to the Yvette Fuller, that's her district, and it may take some time for her to respond. I'm sure she's extremely busy, so there's no timeline for her to respond whenever she wants to, or she feels the need to. If she responds, then that's fine. I just want to know what's going on. That's it. I want to know where's the money at. I do. I mean, if I'm paying rent, if the government's paying my rent, I want to know where the money is. You can't just be out living a lavish lifestyle, and these people are living like they're in Afghanistan. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. One of the reasons, we lost a lot of money when the pandemic, hit the U.S. Well, let me say this to you about the pandemic. There was a pandemic before coronavirus. The pandemic before that, Woodlawn Terrace Apartments. And they've made money. The government, they have taken care of them. They've made money. So if we're not keeping, thank you. I wonder how they pass inspection. There's no way on God's earth they can legally pass inspection at Woodlawn Terrace. It's impossible. It's impossible for them to pass inspection at Woodlawn Terrace. If you have any complaints on Woodlawn Terrace Apartments, you can give me a call. I'm trying to find the new number. We've changed it. Let me pull it up. It's close by me. It's going to be 1-800-589-0938. 1-800-589-0938. I'm at extension 202. And it's just not for Woodlawn Terrace. Any problems you're having with any apartments in Shreveport, Louisiana, I want to hear from you. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. Y'all enjoy the weekend.